Okay guys, welcome back to part 2 of Ballincollig, and this is the National Park in Ballincollig that we're painting. And there's a little waterfall just down at the end here. That's the Liscara Bridge, just off in the distance. It's only just an impression now, like people, you can't see it very, very well. It's only just an impression. Um, the waterfall is kind of broken on this side here, but the water just kind of flows right through in one steady flow. And there's a little bit of rock there as well. So we're going to move on now and start painting this waterfall here. And we're going to get a fisherman on top of it, and there's going to be some kind of a grassy verge here then as well. So let's crack on and we'll finish this painting. Now I hope you joined me in part 1. I did some more work on the clouds, okay? I just darkened some of the shadows and I did some more blending, and I did some more as well just off at a distance here, you know, just to give it a extra bit of, you know. So I did a little bit of work on that, and I just did a little bit of work here on this with my palette knife as well. I just scraped the palette knife along here, just here and there, that's all, and that's all I did really. So right, let's crack on and try and get this waterfall done here. So I am thinking about what brush to use for this, because I'm not sure about the bigger brush because it's such a small waterfall. I suppose we could try it. We'll give it a go, will we? Right, into your turpentine, and let's dip into, wait 1 sec now, just let me zoom in this camera just slightly so you can see things a bit better. There we go. Right, let's dip into the white, and let's dip into, I'm going to go with cobalt blue this time. Normally I would use cerulean blue, but I'm going to try cobalt blue this time, just for a change. And I'm going to start on this side and work my way across. Okay? So let's just give this a shot here now. So bring it across, turn it down and lift. Lift gently. There we go. And that's not bad at all. Touch more cobalt blue, I think. It's better to work from dark to light when painting these kinds of things, because it's easy to lighten something but it's more difficult to darken it. I'm going to put a bit more blue into that, a little bit more blue, and bring it across, turn, pull down and lift off. It's that simple. And you can already see the water falling down. And I'm going to make it slightly darker now. I'm going to add some more cobalt blue and maybe a touch of phaylo blue as well, and even a touch of cadmium red, just a touch. Just want to darken it very, very slightly, only very slightly. There we go, looking better already. Let's go again. And across. And this is a very simple technique. It's a basic technique, but it's simple. Okay, it's probably not the most realistic technique out there. You'll probably find better. And in fact, I can do a lot more work than this on the waterfall if I wish, but I'm just going to keep it simple for you today. Right, let's just make it nice and bright. So far now we have our waterfall there, and now I'll try and blend that now back into the background behind it, okay? Back into this water. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that colour on my brush, just a little bit, and just, now I left this overnight so it's probably almost dry. It's quite kind of sticky, so I'm using a very, very dry brush. I'm just pulling it backwards into that colour behind it. Just try and blend it in as best you can. Okay? As best you can. And you can use your finger to blend it whatever you like. go. And this canvas now is kind of quite rough as well. So it's sort of hitting and missing the canvas as I go. And that's helping. You see? So we've blended it now back in just very slightly. And look, use your fingers as well. There we go. That's a bit better. Now, I'm going to take another brush, my other flat brush, and I'm just going to go into, now I want to give this a little bit of sparkle, so I'm just going to go into some Naples yellow, the tiniest little bit of Naples yellow, and some white. Nice and thick on the brush, and just here and there, I want to give it a little sparkle, just on the top. Okay, just here and there. You see? There we go. And that's almost really kind of, that's basically it. You see, we could do more, but I don't want to overdo it really, to be quite honest. I want to keep it simple, because there's a lot going on in the painting. I don't want to be putting too much in and overemphasizing one particular part of a painting. So I'm just going to blend this in now, a little bit of white on my brush just down here. Circular motion, round and round and round. And so again, a very, very, very dry brush. I'm just scrubbing it around in circles. There we are. And people who are from Cork now would know this area very well. I think you'd find it hard now to meet someone in Cork who hasn't been out here at some point in their life. And it really is a gorgeous area. You don't know how lucky we are, lads. You don't know how lucky we are. We have a lovely city. And it's only just around the corner from us. That's all it is. Now, 5-minute drive in the car and you're there. And I think a lot of people take it for granted as well. Right. And there we are. That's blended in. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to mix a very, very pale green just for the top of that waterfall. Just along there, it's a little bit blue for my liking. So I'm going to mix a tiny, tiny little bit of green with some cobalt blue, some lemon cadmium yellow, and some white. And just put a little bit in there. Let's just dull down that blue just slightly. Now we can even make a dark one as well. Some touch of lamp black, some cadmium yellow. That would almost do, I'd say. Let's put a little more yellow into it. There we are. And even just on the top of the waterfall, just here and there as well, look. Because you have kind of the dirty water as well falling over. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think. It's just kind of taking the very rich blue out of the waterfall. And we can brighten it up again with some white later as we go. So for now, we'll just leave it as that, I think. Let's move on now just to this section here. In fact, I want to put in some white just over here. Water's kind of tumbling down in there, in between the riverbank and a big rock. It tumbles down in there. There we go. That's it. Let's put a tiny bit of blue into that. That's just a general impression of it there. And let's put in a little rock. There's a kind of a rock coming down here as well. Like that. And there's a little bit on the other side. Just like that. And then let's take a little bit of black and burnt sienna. Just at the bottom here and darken this down. And up here. And we'll put highlights on these in a minute now as well, don't worry. Okay. And with the same brush, I'm just giving it a quick dip in my turpentine and then rubbing it on the tissue. Then I'm going back into some white and just pull some white down here. See? Just create the impression of the water coming down. And I hope this is making sense as you're watching it, because as I'm painting it, I can visualize what I'm painting because I've been there and I've seen it. And it's very difficult for you to visualize this when you haven't actually been there, if you understand what I mean. So I hope you're able to follow me on what I'm doing here. Now a little highlight on top of that. A highlight here. And let's put a little highlight up there as well. And it's amazing how you can do all this with just one brush, isn't it? So anyway guys, I was thinking about calling my channel The Cork Artist, nice and simple. What do you think? Just as an introduction, I could say, welcome back to The Cork Artist. And I was thinking about even taking it up a notch and possibly going out and about with my box and, you know, maybe go to Fitzgerald's Park or something, the National Park, and bring my box with me and do a little tutorial down there on site, live. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, it wouldn't be live. I'd bring it back and edit it then on my computer, but, you know, do something on site like that. Plein air, as they call it. And if you've ever heard of an artist say plein air, that's basically what it is, painting outdoors. So that's something I was thinking about doing, alright. I think we just add a nice little bit of an edge to the channel, wouldn't it? You know, out and about in Cork City with my easel, my box of paints, my phone clamped onto my old stand, and I'm painting away. So let me know what you think, lads. And we get promoting our city, isn't that right? And it's completely new to me as well. I haven't done anything like this now before. So if I come across a little nervous, please forgive me, because I'm not used to being on camera and all that kind of thing. Right, they're more or less done now for now. We'll concentrate on this. So let's get our big brush, big flat brush. Let's take some cobalt blue, touch of the lamp black, and let's just put that in there and see. Now, I'll take a touch of brown into that, touch of burnt umber, because the water is kind of quite dirty-ish. It's not what you'll call kind of, you know, real bright, clean water. Because just after the waterfall, you've all the dirty water coming down the waterfall, you see. And it's picking up all the dirt and the sand, and it's making the water very kind of dirty looking. So I'm trying to bear that in mind. Alright. And I'm coming straight across now as well, okay? I'm not following the waterfall like this because the water is always horizontal. So always paint horizontal with water like this. Okay? Left to right, left to right. It's only when you're painting reflections that you pull down like this. And I'll be doing a few here now in a minute or so. We'll just get this in here. Blend it in out of that little misty area there, which we're going to do more work on again. And you can do more work on this if you like. I'm just kind of doing basic tutorials here just for you guys. Just trying to keep it simple, but you can keep going with this, making it darker and putting more shadows in here and there, or whatever you like. Excuse me. Now, a good idea when you're painting waterfalls like this is just along here, you can keep this nice and dark, right? So that then, when you go to paint your reflection of your waterfall afterwards, the light will show lovely against the dark. So it's a good idea always to paint the water very dark, just below a waterfall. Okay? And I'm going to show you that now. We're going to nice dark rich colour here now for this. Might be a bit greeny. Let's add a little bit of burnt sienna. There we go. Now, I'm going to take small flat brush, go into a little bit of burnt umber, touch of burnt sienna, and let's just pull this down here, create a little reflection. Okay, just a little reflection. I'm trying to follow the shape up there. You see that shape? I'm trying to follow that down here. Just generally, don't have to be perfect. Okay, just like that. And let's put a little bit of black at the base of it here. Well, the top of it, should I say. You see? And then, let's just have a look here now what brush we could use for this. I suppose we could use our big brush. Let's just dip it in the tops and give it a quick clean on our tissue. And also, I've changed my tissue now as well. I've clean tissue, clean turpentine for this part. It's always good to change halfway through to keep the colours nice and clean. Right, let's dip into some white and a little bit of cobalt blue. Okay, and let's just pull down gently and see what that looks like. Not that bad. Let's go along and pull down all the way along. Now, just picking up some of the dark colours, so just give your brush, tap on the tissue and go back into that colour again. See, just to keep your colours nice and clean. Now, a little bit more again. And that's not bad. Right, let's take our blender brush now and blend those down. So pull them down. Just very, very lightly. I think we can go lighter with that again. I really think we could. So, let's pick up some more cobalt blue and some white. And let's just pull down here and there where you think it could be lightened. That's it. And a little bit here. And you can see the slightly lighter parts overhead. So you could just lighten it there if you wanted as well. A little bit here. There we go. And it's really light just around here. Now, let's go along and pull that down again. And then pull across gently. Right. I'm going to take a rough brush now, okay? Just a rough brush. A splayed one. And let's take a bit of white. And let's just go in here and make this a little bit more misty and kind of turbulent. Just in here. See? There we are. Just along there gently. And then, let's take our blender brush and blend this gently. Just soften it out, just a little bit. No, it's not bad. Okay, next, let's take our little knife, palette knife, and let's pick up a little bit of white. And let's just cut across the rock here. And let's create some little ripples just here and there. Let me think now a sec. Yeah, let's just create a few ripples here and there. Now, then take our blender brush again and let's just soften those in gently. Pull them across. There we go. That's not too bad, I don't think. It's not too bad. We can still develop it as we go. Right, this piece here, I just want to finish this. I'm just going to take some black and some cobalt blue, and I'm going to pull this down here, and this kind of goes off into the water then as well. This little ramp, that's what it is, it's a little ramp. There we are. And then I'm going to take my knife and dip into some titanium white, naples yellow, and let's just pull it down. Now I'm going to have to lift the canvas up here just slightly because it's getting caught in the base of the easel here. There we go. Now I'm just going to scrape that down, just pull it down. Yeah. That's just to give the impression of the water falling down here. That's all we're doing. There we are, you see. That's all you need to do. All you need to do for now. I got some of it, I think. What stops after an hour? Must have 40 minutes, I think. For sake. Right, I'm just going to explain to you what I did here. I just put in some dark green here with my big brush and just basically tapped. I'll show you. I just got my medium brush with some white on it and some yellow and just tapped like this, just here and there. Okay, that's all I did. Very, very simple. And I'll do more up here. Just tap here and there, that's all I did. Just to create some nice texture. And what I did then was I painted in a little fisherman. And basically all I did with that was I took some red, some cadmium red in my little brush and painted a half a carrot with a little hand coming up. Okay. And then I'm going to take some black and I'm actually going to darken his pants now slightly. I just painted his waders here, fisherman's waders, and 2 straps. Okay. And I gave him a head and I painted a little fishing rod with a curve and the string off the rod, then the line going into the water. That's basically all I did. Now I'm just going to put some little highlight on the fishing rod here. Just a little highlight. There we go. And maybe a little down the hands just there. There we are. And I'm just kind of looking around down here and there. I would like to put in some extra little highlights just here and there on the water as well. Just here and there. I'm just wiggling the brush here and there, side to side. Just allowing the brush to kind of touch the canvas here and there. That's all. Just to create some interest. And now I'm just in the middle of painting some trees over here. Now I had a problem with the camera just there earlier, so I missed some of the painting in the recording. So I just had to talk you through what I'd done. And it was only a little bit of work, that's all I did. I'm just darkening these rocks here slightly. Just a little. So I'm basically just kind of going around the canvas now, looking at things and thinking maybe I can darken this or maybe I can darken that. That's all I'm doing basically. Now it's just some more highlights on these rocks. Just here and there. And I'm going to continue now with these branches just along here. So I have my small rigger brush and some burnt umber and some black, and basically just flick around here and there, look. Couple of flicks out. And I've decided to put the tree here in the painting because although it's not in the photograph, I know there's trees here and they kind of fall over the lake, or the river should I say. And they fall over the river here and they kind of fall into the river, so it's very nice. Even though I know they're there and they're not in the photograph, I'm just going to put them in anyway, because I think they'll be nice. So that's all I'm doing. Just little flicks with the brush, that's all it is. And you can kind of mess around with this. And it's great practice for trees. There we go. And I think it'll just add a bit of interest having something coming down into the painting, over the sky and falling into the painting. It'll kind of draw your eye in slightly. There we go. And I hope you're trying this one now at home. This is a nice painting to try. Very, very simple. Very simple techniques. So you see that's quite nice. And now I'm going to move the canvas forward just so you can see. And let me see if I can zoom this out slightly for you. Ah, there we are. That's a bit better. So that's what we have at the moment. Looking quite nice. And just continuing on now with these branches, putting little flicks here and there. And that's all it is. That's all that's involved. And I'm going to push a nice big one across the front here. And as I said, if we're ever around this area in Ballincollig, pop in, have a look around. Lovely park out there, lovely river, and have a coffee. Now let's put a little highlight on these branches. Let's take some burnt sienna, some Naples yellow, and perhaps a touch of white as well. And let's put some little highlights on these branches. And this could take a little bit of time now. Just take our time with these. Little highlights here and there. There we are. That's alright. I'm just keeping it simple, that's all I'm doing now. I'm just keeping it very, very simple. Now, I think I'll put some foliage on this, perhaps just a little. What do you think? Maybe a little? we put a small touch of foliage. So let's take some lamp black cadmium yellow. That makes a lovely green, by the way. Lamp black and cadmium yellow. And let's just dab that in just here and there. There you go. Not too much. Just cut across the branches a little. And let's put a bit up here. And then let's take some cadmium yellow and some white, and really bright yellowy white here now. And let's just dab some of that on there. Get some highlight going. And that's quite nice. There we go. And a little bit on this guy just down here. And that's not bad at all. Right, let's just lighten these ones slightly here, because they're still quite dark, I think. And let's take in some white and cadmium yellow. And you can use lemon yellow as well, if you find the cadmium yellow is just not bright enough for you. And by all means, so let's just get this to the position where you can see most of what I have done. There we are. And that's quite nice, isn't it? So that's the dam out in Ballincollig. Now, I'm going to take my small brush and take some of that nice yellow colour that we had for the leaves, and just put a little few flicks in just here and there. Just to suggest some leaves falling off of the trees. Just here and there. So Brendan, I hope you like this. Thanks for sending me on the photograph. There you go. And a couple here. Just here and there. Oh, mistake there. It's alright. And I don't think that's too bad at all. And with that, I think we'll stick in one or two birds. Let's stick in one or two crows just over on this side here. Yeah? One crow there. One crow there. And they'll do. Also, I think a little highlight just along the bridge here. Smallest little highlight. Just a touch. There we go. And we could, if we wanted. One second, now, let me see. Let me just put an extra little touch of white here and there on this. You know the way when you're looking at the water, you see these almost like little dots of white, where the sun is just kind of catching, or the light is just kind of catching the water here and there. Just tiny touches. Okay. Go. That's quite nice. And I think we should lighten the red as well on his top, just very, very slightly. Let's just make it pop out a little bit more. a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better now. So I think we'll sign. Let's take some white. Nice light colour. Down here and sign it. And I don't know whether you can see that or not. Now let me swing that around so you can see. Let's sign here. S. Conway. There we go. Now, let me take the camera off and we'll have a look. So, there we are. That turned out quite nice, and it's actually getting quite dark outside. That's why the painting is so dim and dull. I have the lights on in the kitchen, and it's actually getting quite dark. So, that is it. That turned out quite nice, didn't it? So let's just have a look around. I'll show you properly. Little fisherman. We have the little bridge off in the distance. We have the water coming down the ramp, and some nice waterfall, and some nice rocks over on that side, and some distant trees. So these are all very, very simple techniques, and I hope you try them. So let me swing the camera around. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologise if you missed any little bits there in the middle. I'll get on top of it and make sure I don't make that mistake the next time. So thank you so much, and as I said, next time I might maybe try and do one outdoors, somewhere nice, with my box, and that'll be nice, you know, and I hope you'll enjoy me. So I'll see you next time, and thank you very, very much. God bless.